Hi, and I guess this is the moment you've all been waiting for, the reactive update on Catching Up with the Kers on January 18th, 2015. Again, very exciting stuff from a couple of different spots, well, 3 or 4 spots. First, I want to talk about hiring Jamie De La Torre. Jamie is brand new on our team, working out of the Philippines as a new marketing coordinator. So they're going to take a lot of work off my plate in promoting our trains courses, Advantage Business Club's courses, the events that we're doing for Reactive throughout the year, the trade shows that we're going to get involved with in the fall of this year. We're already very aggressive in our planning for that. The coaching programs that we're about to commit to in 2015, the press releases, huge news on that front because we now have Jamie. That makes it a lot easier and a lot more consistent for us to get our press releases out through our paid and other distribution channels. This gives us a much more effective reach because, frankly, if it was just me, there's only so much that I get to do at any given time. And the consistency of the follow-up, I get hijacked by so many other projects, it doesn't get through the way I want it to half the time. Not half the time, but some of the time. Having somebody dedicated to get those press releases out is huge. More than that, Jamie can start reaching out to radio shows and TV shows and start booking me as a guest, booking my clients as guests, and in turn booking other people onto Business Speakers Radio Network, which is coming up live, and that's another big piece of news. Huge news! Right? Business Speakers Radio Network is coming back. We have the technology working now. We're rebuilding the website. We've already added a new host. Teresa French is going to be one of our new hosts with a brand new program called Teresa Talks Business. Very exciting, very exciting. So we're getting the DJ drops organized for that, getting the soundtracks and music and other effects built up for that, working on getting the tools to work a little more efficiently as a radio broadcasting thing instead of simply a webinar tool. But having control over all of that ourselves, as opposed to delegating to Blog Talk Radio, is a monster win. It's huge. Now we get to be syndicated on YouTube, on iTunes, on a dozen other networks. This expands our reach many multiples. Over just what Blog Talk could bring us. We're delighted with what we were able to do at Blog Talk, but this is so much stronger, this is so much more powerful, and we're excited and ecstatic about that. So yeah, Business Speakers Radio Network, don't have a confirmed date yet, but it's coming soon. I just have to get through the volume of other work that you know is on my plate, and as soon as that's clear, as soon as there's any room to run for daylight, BSRN is the next thing that comes up on that list. So huge opportunity there for businesses to get involved in supporting what we're doing with the BSRN, the Business Speakers Radio Network, the shows and the programming that we're getting on board with that. We should have a total of 5 hosts at relaunch, and that's going to be very exciting. Very exciting. Another huge piece of news. Great Masterminds is having its own site finally launched for itself. I've stopped using it as this test dummy site area, and it's actually going to be its own platform site with some phenomenal things going on there. There are a number of live, periodic, either once a week, there are going to be a series of mastermind meetings, roughly 2 hours long. And we have, I believe, a limit of 12 spaces for each mastermind. It might be 14, I think, is the limit on some of them. And we have standard and VIP groups. We also have 3 huge announcements coming up from great masterminds already. 3 week-long, well, 5-day-long retreats, executive mastermind retreats, for the tail end of this year. At least one in summer, at least one in the fall, and then the third one we're still trying to position that specifically where. These mastermind retreats, oh my God, they are so exciting. We're already negotiating with some key speakers to provide some exceptional training in there, as well as yours truly and the things that we're going to do in terms of modeling your businesses, right? Growing them, expanding them, getting them funded, getting them out the door, getting them powered by great staff, great people, and great joint ventures. These are the kind of killer events that you just can't get away from. You can't not go to. And having a limited number of spaces in each one, I expect these are going to sell out and sell out fast. They aren't cheap. These are not low dollar things. If you're expecting a $500 thing, this is not it. We're discussing somewhere between $5,000 and $15,000. So that's the ballpark to be budgeting for when these announcements come out. Set aside the money now. You're not going to want to miss this. I guarantee you don't want to miss this if you're in business and you're serious about growing your business. If you're thinking you're going to grow up by 5 or 10 or 15 or 20%, this isn't it. This is for the group that want to take their $250,000 or $1 million business and turn it into a $5 million business next year, or a $10 million business in 2 years. Or you have a $1 million or $2 million business and you want it to be a $20 million business, $50 million business. That's where you're headed. These are the only events you can possibly get the kind of help you need from the caliber of experts that you're looking for. I promise you there is nothing on the market that's going to do what this does. You will come out with a fresh plan, some awesome new business models and tools. You're going to have fantastic ways to get your paws on funding. You'll probably get some joint venture support out of it as well. Media releases, your sales material already basically done for you. This is the spot that gets you organized to get that, bam, off the ground and running. And you don't want to miss these. So that's enough harping on that. But Great Masterminds is another really exciting product line that's coming out from Reyactive, and it's imminent. It's hours, days away tops. So very excited about that. Talked about Jamie, talked about BSRN, talked about Great Masterminds, the funding status, right? So Reyactive has its own funding process that we're trying to get into here as well. Again, talking to the Maricopa Center for Entrepreneurship and Innovation to get that $20,000 loan. If we can wrap that up, that'll be a big help. If we can get a couple of other sponsorship activities or contracts under our belt, that helps a whole lot as well. Certainly, again, for Jamie, we're doing a special, I think there's a special press release writing and distribution package. Normally that's just shy of $450 combined to have a professionally written press release and have it distributed across all of our networks. That's now available for $97 for the week of January 19th to the 25th. So from the 19th to the 25th, if you've got a press release you need done and distributed worldwide, let us know. $97. This helps us get everything smoothed and all the bugs worked out, and we can get things underway there. If you want a booking package on top of that to see how many places we can get you booked, again, just for this week, so that we can really get Jamie working on this stuff, $497. $497, and we're going to book you on every radio show, every TV show, every journalistic interview we can possibly throw you at for that week. Or that's when the work gets done. The actual bookings are going to be as they come up, obviously, and different media have different timelines for that, but we're going to get that in motion for you this week. $497. You can't beat that with a stick. Normally that's at least a $5,000 package. The reason we're doing it, of course, is this gives us a chance to really give Jamie a run through and get the most possible practice in there for Jamie and their new launch. So that's why we're doing that. So $497 just this week. Book on as many radio and TV shows and journalists interview paths as we possibly can. $497. It's a steal. So that's Jamie, that's BSRN, and that's Great Masterminds. The funding, we were talking a little bit about the Maricopa Center for Entrepreneurship and Innovation. They have a rural development grant out of the Department of Agriculture, so we're looking to get a $20,000 loan apportioned out of that. Reyactive is also looking at doing an investor and EB5 program. We're a little behind the other two in some of those, but we will be walking to the Small Business Development Corporation to start that process a little later this month at the Casa Grande outlet of the SBDC, the Small Business Development Center. So that's the news on Reyactive's funding for the moment. And I think you're caught up on just about everything. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is the sum total of Catching Up with the Kayers. Hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found it very interesting and exciting. We're going to include some links down below for some of the places where you might be able to get some funding, or you might be able to get some tools or help this week. And other than that, we wish you a whole lot of luck, a whole lot of love. In support of my wife, go Pack Go. Packers are playing the Seahawks today. She's from Iowa. Where do you think her loyalties are? She and Quinn are downstairs right now rooting them on, and I will join them briefly momentarily. Go Pack Go. Have a great week.